Good afternoon everyone, welcome to the live studio today. I've just been reading all your comments again whilst having my fabulous cup of tea. I hope you're all well. It seems that everybody's been really positive at the moment. A few of you are still waiting for your goodies, as I am as well, so please be patient. I know it's really difficult. I'm still waiting for things that are nearly 3 weeks gone now, and I'm desperate for some 3D foam pads. But we'll get by, I'm sure. The world will not come to an end without my foam pads. So for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Tony Derrick and I'm a guest presenter over on Create and Craft. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's studio. It's not very often that I go back and watch a live studio, but yesterday when we got home, I popped it on my big screen because it's quite small in here, and I watched it and I was like, oh, I feel really inspired. I'm inspiring myself. I shocked myself. So I felt like it were a great one yesterday, and thank you for all your lovely comments and your interaction yesterday, because you commenting and tuning in every single day, it really does help. It gives me the confidence to do what I'm doing and helps me inspire you guys, and you also inspire me in return, which is fabulous. So if you do see me looking down, it means I am reading the lovely comments. And welcome everybody. If you are new to the studio, don't forget to click the subscribe button. This allows you to get all the notifications, and don't forget the bell, and this lets you know when we go live. It will just pop up in all the locations where you have media, i.e. YouTube, Facebook, or wherever it might be, email. In today's studio we are going to touch on some of our earlier products, and again, you might have them. If you don't have them, don't turn off. You can get the inspiration and do as you please with it. We are a lovely community here at Stamps by Me, and it's not all about the sales. The sales are lovely and it obviously helps us progress and grow, but it's more about the inspiration is our YouTube channel. So you don't have to have the products. Dig through your stash, see what will work. You might have something that will work, I'm certain of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you the two products that I'm going to be using today in studio. So I have one of our large floral backgrounds, which these are fabulous. They are the A5 ones, and they sit seamlessly on the back of a card and cover the back of a card for you there. I'll just move my cup of tea. It's inevitable, it's going to get knocked over. And I'm going to use one of the brand new Pretty Penny dies. It's a super big die and it's a bouquet. I'm going to show you an alternative way to maybe use these larger people have been watching, and how many people have purchased the stamp. So if you did purchase the stamp, thank you so much. All I need to tell you all though is we don't have a lot left, and we had a lot. Okay, so if you are interested in joining the Craft Academy for week 1, the limited edition stamps, you do need to get the stamp. Don't forget though, as always, you don't have to have the stamp to do the inspiration and craft along. You can have what's in your stash, but if you do like the stamp, all you need to do is go to FBL over on our search engine on our website, and that's going to show you all the products that we've used in over the course of however many weeks in studio, and it's also going to show you the Craft Academy first week stamp. I did give a rundown of the 12-week program and the 12 stamps that are going to be in the shows. I will, if I do have time at the end, I will show you. I don't want to go through them every single day because it's wasting my demoing time. So yesterday's show I went through them twice, if you want to go back and have a look. But if I do have time, I will show you. And here are some of the fabulous samples using week 1 stamp, which is this fabulous one step at a time stamp here. So, and what we'll basically do is we launch the stamp on the Monday. Let's pop this on some card. We launch this stamp on the Monday, and the inspiration starts on the Friday, and this gives you opportunity to get the stamp at home. And we will be using products that you have in your stash already. We won't be digging out products that nobody's ever heard of or things extra for you to buy. It'll be things that you have in your stash already, i.e. ink pads, maybe a few pencils, glue, things like that. There'll always be alternatives, so if you don't have what I'm using in studio, you will have something, and I will refer to the alternatives live whilst I'm on air. So let's just move that one out of the way. So let's do our first demo. So I'm going to use this lovely large Pretty Penny die, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to measure. So it's 6" tall is this one, so it's a big one, but don't forget the snippability. You can take away the ribbon if you want to at the base, or you can take away the lovely leaf elements. So I'm just going to grab my die cutting plates. So welcome to all the lovely regulars, Amanda, Shirley, Denise, Tracy. Welcome to all the people that are brand new maybe. So can I say some names on there? So I'm just reading the comments. We've got Susan, Heather, probably most of you are already regulars. Annette, welcome everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's lovely to see you all. So I'm just going to cut this on some everyday white 250 GSM cardstock. So I'm just going to place this onto my mat. I'm going to place the die face down. Now if you're not the most confident die cutter, maybe you could tape it down. And I am going to tape it down because I really don't want it to move. I'm just going to use a little bit of low tack tape. I'm just going to see if we can get the camera just to zoom out a little bit there so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Just give us 1 second, guys. So I'm just going to run this through my machine. I'm just going to leave that in place while we just get the camera position right for you so you can all see. Perfect, thank you. So let's run this through the machine. And just push that one through. So I'll grab my cup of tea while we wait for that 17 seconds or something. It doesn't like that one, does it? So I'm just going to turn it around. I find that sometimes when it doesn't like it one way, I just turn my plates around. When it stops, I'll run it back through and hopefully it'll take it this way. So this is the floral bouquet from the Pretty Penny launch. I think Dawn launched it over a week and a half ago. And it is on the FBL search engine on our website if you want to have a look at that one. It is 6 inch, it's a big one, but you can snip into it if you want to. So let's see if it's cut this one nice. So let's turn our plates around. And it has, it's cut beautifully. So there we go, so we can see it there on my plate. So let's just get rid of the die to start with. Just get rid of that, and then I just grab my pokey tool and peel it off my plate. I'll just pop all of these little pieces out here. And it is a really big die. It's beautiful. As you all know, I like the idea of being able to snip away parts rather than it be too small. So there we go, a beautiful silhouette. It's very similar to the one that we used yesterday actually, isn't it? Can we see that there? So the technique that I'm using today, if you had the die from yesterday, that'll probably work with this technique too today. So have a look in your stash. You might have a sort of skeleton floral one in your stash. So let's just get rid of this for now. I'll deal with the bits later because I've just hoovered up, and if I do, that plate's going to go like confetti. So what I've done ahead of time is I've cut this die already once and I've stuck it onto this piece of white card, and I have purposely left some of the die to hang over because I just think it creates a little bit of interest on there. Okay, so let me just pop these parts out. So all it is this die cut stuck onto some white card. And what we're going to do is we're going to make it look like a watercolor image. So I'm just going to sit down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use the inks that I've just got to hand here. So I've got some distress inks and I've got Carved Pumpkin, Festive Berry and Twisted Citron. But you can use your watercolours, you can use your pencils, you can use your pens, you can use whatever you've got in your stash, okay? So first off, let's just grab the orange. So let's pop the orange straight onto my mat. It's lovely to see you all having a fabulous conversation between yourselves. Some of you are not that far away from each other. Did you know that? If you want to, guys, when you are chatting, speaking amongst yourselves, don't forget to put where you are, because you never know, you could be talking to a lady who lives 5 doors down. You might have a new crafty friend. So let everybody know where you're talking from. And we love to hear where people are from too. So let's just get some water, and what I'm going to do with this orange, let's create a focal point. So I'm just going to mix my orange here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to paint into this flower here. So I'm not bothered if the colour goes onto the die cut. Thank you. There we go. Thank you. So into that colour. So it's okay if it goes onto the die cut, okay? So we're just trying to create a little bit of dimension in the background of this die cut here. So first of all, I'm laying the orange down first. You could do this with pretty much any of your dies, the florally dies I suspect. Don't think it really matters. Just dig out what you might have. I think it'll work. As long as it's like a skeleton feel, I think you'll be okay. So just get in there, like so. So I'm going to take some of the red as well. I'm going to create a little bit of dimension. We're going to try and make this look really realistic if we can. So pick up some lovely red, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop some red into this centre part here. And hopefully this will give the appearance of a 3D flower and it won't be just flat. So I'll pop a bit of red in this one maybe. And then you sort of get the gradation in colour as you go out from the centre. Let's just add a little bit more red here. Balance it out a little bit. So with the red on its own then, I'm just going to take the red and I'm going to fill in all these spaces just in red. I'm not going to add any orange. Just the red. A crafty bus to the UK, a tour. You'll have to come and have a tour to my place. Come and see us. That'd be cool, wouldn't it? So I'm just picking up all of the red and I'm just dropping it in that die cut. If you don't get all the detail in there, don't worry about it, because even if you do miss pieces, it just looks more realistic. Sometimes perfection is not key, but I know we all like to do it. Yep, lovely juicy red in there. So we've got a nice orange and red flower embellishment, and we've also got a bright and breezy red one. So the distress inks that I'm using are the mini ones. You might have them on you might have them at home already. We don't have these on our website. We have them in store, but they're actually not on our website at the moment. We're still in the process of getting everything loaded on, unfortunately. So, but you will have ink pads. You might have the larger size ones, but you will have ink pads. And you could use your Generation inks. There's lots of ink pads on the market that you could use. So I'm just using the green now, and we're going to fill in those lovely leaf elements. So quick and simple card really. You could batch make these in lots of colours. So there we have our not so beautiful flower at the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to make it look very pretty. Before I make it look pretty though, what I am going to do is the spare ink that I've got on my mat, I'm just going to put some splashes on there. So I'm just going to water it down a little bit more and just add a few splashes. And I'm trying to get it round my artwork and not particularly on. Not on the bow if we can help it. So I've got a bit of red on there. Let's go with this nice green. And this is where it makes it just look a little bit more artified. So let's just clean off our station. And this is just a quick demo to show you alternative ways to use your die cuts. Don't just look at them as 3D embellishments and just sticking them on some card. Try and extend their value, should we say. Try and get more out of them if you can, because there's so many things that we can do with these. It's just that sometimes we just don't have the mental space or the creativity to think about what we can do with them. So that's nice and dry. So what I'm going to do, just give it a... So don't forget you've got your sparkle pens as well. Yeah, so I'm still being told that a lot of people are not clicking the bell and not subscribing. If you do want the notifications and you do want to know every time I'm live, it really does help. We have so many viewers that are not subscribers, and that is okay. Maybe you don't have an account and you don't want to subscribe, that's okay, please don't turn off. But if you are an avid YouTuber and do like the tuition and the inspiration that it provides, then don't forget to click that button. It will really aid you in the long run. So let's see where we're going with this. So I have a cello bag here. I'm just going to pop some of my wet glue onto here. Now you will have seen me popping it on the back of my hand in the past, but after time it started to irritate the back of my hand. I started getting like a nasty dry patch on the back of my hand. So now the alternative way for me is on a cello bag. I don't really encourage you popping it on your hand anymore after my poorly hands have suffered a little bit. So pop it on the back of a cello bag, and then this one that we've just pre-cut, just going to dip it into this sticky glue. Try and get a lot of coverage on there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to overlay this over our watercolour image, and what that's going to do is it's going to tidy up that ugly mess. So best you can, line it back up. And this is going to give you the lovely white, crisp image. Oh, make sure it's straight. And then when you're happy, it's in place. It's lovely to see all the new comments from new people too. Welcome to the channel. We do have lots and lots of inspiration on this channel. Can you see now how that's tidied those awful messy edges where we didn't quite get the colour in, but now we've got a beautiful piece of artwork that's got all the colour captivated within that die cut. So it's just an alternative way to use your die cuts. Now you could have used your sparkle pens, you could have used your pencils, so just watercolours, and you can go in now with your sparkle pen and make it sparkly if you want to. Next though, What I've done ahead of time is I've cut the same die in a pink, like a pink pearl, and I've cut away the bow. Can we see that there? And I felt like if we popped this pretty little pearlescent bow on here, it would really bring our artwork to life. So I'm going to stick this one flat, but it would look pretty with some foam pads underneath too, because there is space to get a foam pad underneath there too. But I am going to do it flat today. This would look pretty in a gold bow actually, thinking about it. I should have done it in gold because it would have coordinated with my card I'm going to mat and layer it onto, but still all the same. It still looks rather pretty, doesn't it? So it's brought it to life really, just a traditional flat die cut that you would normally mat and layer. We've created it into a piece of artwork there, haven't we? So what we're going to do now is I have a top folding note card here, and I have matted some gold onto there to create myself a lovely mat and layer. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some pads behind this one, if I have any left. I'll just go down the centre with this. I'm really low. Is anybody else really low on something and can't quite get their hands on it? I have ordered a lot from Create and Craft, but it's taking forever. Anybody else waiting for anything? You'll have to let me know. So with the pads under there, I'm just going to stand up. I'm just going to mat and layer 3D this one onto here, and as you can see, because we've left these overhangs here, it looks really effective. It's not just a flat die cut. Because we've left that beautiful overhang on there, it looks quite pretty. So let's just embellish it a little bit with some nice gems. And we could go, I've actually got a gold one floating around here. It's just caught on the corner there. Let's see what that one looks like. We'll pop, yeah, let's pop that on there. It was crying out to go on there, wasn't it? So that's a pretty gold one. And then the traditional clear for me, but obviously you can pop around the ones that you like and the colours that you like. So I'm just going to go for 3, nothing fancy. You could, let's pop one in the centre of that flower, look. To get it straight. There we go. So you could pop some on actually, the buds. See these buds here? Put some sparkles on there if you wanted to. So there we go, that's card number 1. I thought I'd stuck it on upside down then. So there we are, quite an effective card, nothing fancy, just an embellishment painted underneath. So I hope you like that one. I like that one. So let's move on to demonstration number 2. It's okay, Tom, you can come in, sweetheart. It's okay, shut the door. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. My son's decided he does now want to come in studio. So, next card, I'm going to use this lovely background one. It's an A5 one. It's one that we launched quite a while ago, but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create the most simplest cards, but fast cards that look really effective and to step away from your traditional mat and layering. So I have 2 cards here. So what I've done ahead of time is I've got 2 card blanks. So I've got like a green one and a pink one. I created these myself. And I've just got like a white mat and layer, as if I was going to mat and layer it. I just cut them slightly smaller, that one like that, and then this one, just with a border around. Different lengths, different widths. I didn't measure it, I just absolutely went for it. So first of all, we're going to use the same stamp. I'm just going to pop this in here like so. I'm just going to stamp the whole piece of this card. Let's find a space. World's biggest counter and no space. So I'm just going to pop this stamp all over that piece of white cardstock there, and I'm just going to stamp it out in black. Black, yeah, but let's do it in black. So I'm just going to ink it all up using a black ink pad. I'm using the VersaFine. Get lots of colour on there. Like so. Yep, Tom has done another painting. It's a difficult one. It doesn't resemble the person really, but it was good. It did very well. So good luck with that one, guys. We'll probably post it later today. So I'm just covering this whole piece of white cardstock here, giving it a good old push down. And there's one piece. So I'll move that one out of the way because we're doing 2 cards at the same time here. And then we'll move this one in place. And I'll just see if my stamp's in there, see if I can line it up in the oh, that was a good spot. Just move it over a little bit and we'll go for that one. So again, the second piece of card, it is a different size because I'm just trying to show you the different things that you can do. And you can take the inspiration away with you and chop it up and change it as you wish. And there we have the second one. So let's just get rid of this stamp. Let me just clean it off a little bit. Ooh. My die cut's just fallen on my stamp there, marked it, never mind. So I just pop this one away. And let's show you how creative you can be with a single matten layer. So I'll just put this one under here. I'm just going to grab my guillotine. My not so good guillotine. It's not the best, but you know, it cuts. So I've got that to be grateful for. So let's bring in our green top folding note card. So this is the piece of card that we traditionally cut, didn't we? So yeah, it's a given. We can matte and layer it on there if we want to. We can paint it, we can do all the good stuff. But let's chop it up a little bit and make something a little bit different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this in my guillotine, move this over, and I'm going to take off some of the detail. Let's go with that. There we go. Can we see that there? You're thinking, where's this going? So now we could have a card which has got a gap in if you wanted to. What I was going to do, I'm just going to show you an alternative way to create some effective cards by not doing the traditional matte and layer with a border round. So if you put some foam pads behind this part, you've started to get a different looking card already. Let's do that. Well, let's do that. This is all I've got left. So let's raise this up. That'll teach me, won't it, for using lots of pads on my artwork. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to absolutely stick this in this bottom corner. Like so. Okay, so there we go. So where are my pieces of gold? What have I done with those? Have I thrown them away by mistake? Oh, there they are. Right, so I've thrown them away, can you believe it? So the piece, there we go. To enhance your cards, I'm going to show you a few options now. So that is a different looking card straight away, isn't it? Let's just move these out of the way. Before we enhance this even further, let's show you what it looks like on pink. Now this is a fatter card, you can see that it's probably got a centimetre wider. And this time, for our pink one, I am going to take it off, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it off from the point, from the top of our card down, if my guillotine will allow. Let's just start at this end. Try this way, like so. Can we see that there? So we've got a higher point up there, or can we see that there? It looks a little bit crazy, doesn't it? But when I show you what I mean when I'm going to take some of the detail away and add some more dimension on there, it will come to light what I'm trying to achieve. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a little slither off this side here. And what I'll do is as well, I'll take this nasty plain piece off here where the stamp didn't quite touch the edges of our cardstock. Now again, you've got a beautiful panel going on there, haven't you? You could pop it in, but I'm quite keen on changing the matte and layer here. Can we see that there? So let's embellish. Now obviously these parts here, you can, is that the one that, let's just see. You can pop them back on, trim them down, do a panel down the side. So don't be scared to cut into your artwork. Let me just pop some pads behind this one and then we'll elevate it a little bit more. Where are my pads? There we go. So don't forget, I will be posting these on Facebook. It did come to my attention yesterday that I do always say, if you pop a comment on Facebook, then you will be in with a chance to win one of our lovely cards. What I'm going to do is, somebody highlighted the fact that they're not actually on Facebook, and that's very true, not everybody is on Facebook. So what I've decided to do is if anybody comments in live studio and on Facebook, and I'll pick a winner, I'll change it up. One day I'll pick one from live studio chat, and one day I'll pick one from Facebook, so everybody's in with a chance. Okay, so if you comment on here, you're in with a chance. If you comment on Facebook, you're in with more of a chance. So it's just so I don't miss anybody out. What I'm going to do on this one is to chop it up a little bit, because we're doing two cards at once. I'm going to leave this pretty border down the left and down the base. You see that there? So we've got these two going on. Okay, what we're going to do now is we're going to enhance it a little bit more. So I have cut some gold strips here, just plain gold strips, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my scissors. I'm just going to cut them up into small pieces. Hopefully my pads won't get in the way. And what we're going to do is we're just going to start to tie this card together so it doesn't look like our artwork is just floating. So if you have any scraps of card in your stash, just going to push that under. Make sure it goes right to the edge of that card and it's straight. Let me just hold my card up because my eyes are not the best at the moment. Oh. So we've got one. And this is where it really does help if it's straight and they're not moving around. Oh, let's pop a bit more glue behind that one. Can we see how it's bringing our artwork together? So I'm going to do 3 on this one. Does that look straight? I can't see, I'm going to have to stand up. No, that is not straight. I can't blame it on the drink because I don't drink. So I'm just going to trim this one down a little bit. And we'll pop 3 in this one. Can we see how that's brought our card together slightly? So let's move on to the second one. So with this one though, let's do 3 tall ones. So if you are quite a clean and simple card maker, these are a fabulous idea. And it's just a case of basically using what's in your stash too, isn't it, hey? So if you pop it in and you get an overhang, don't worry about it, we can trim it off when it's dry. Just give that a second to grab. Make sure my pieces are actually long enough. I did actually forget to tell you why I'm doing this technique today, and I had an email from a lovely lady. I think the lady's name was Angela. Was it Angela? Saying, I have limited supplies, I have a couple of stamps, I have coloured cardstock, I have a black ink pad, I'm new to crafting, could you please show me some ideas for clean and simple cards? I should have mentioned this at the start, shouldn't I? So this is for Angela, if Angela is watching. I've not noticed actually if Angela is watching. No, it wasn't Annette. No, it wasn't Annette, it was definitely an Angela. So this is my take for you, Angela. Clean and simple card using minimal supplies. So I will wait till that dries and we will trim that one. Now, I have the word fabulous, which is obviously a die cut, and we could pop this down one side, you could pop it up here if it'd fit. No, it's too big. You can cut it in black and pop it straight onto the card blank. It is a really simplistic card, but to elevate your work, you don't have to start adding lots and lots of like embellishments, i.e. butterflies and things like that. You can absolutely keep it as simplistic as you wish, and sometimes the good old gems or sequins. But when I say 2 sequins, I don't mean like just scatter them all over. Just put a cluster of maybe 3 in one corner. I will pop some sentiments on this one after the show for the video. But just think about what I've done here. I haven't done anything really, have I? What does that mean? I'm not sure what that means. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop some glue on here, and I'm just going to do them in little random spots on here. I'm just going to try and find my poker tool and pick it up, and I'm going to pick some lovely colours that are going to aid or elevate the craft. So we'll go with that one, and we'll go a nice pretty purple colour. So I'm going in 3s because it's easy on the eye. So I'm just embellishing one corner. Try not to drop your sequins. And you could spot some lovely spots around there too. Let's pop some darker ones on this one. Oh, I get what that means now. So stamping onto pearlised card, will the ink smudge? Sorry, I didn't quite get that question there. Will the ink smudge? I think if you blast it off with a heat gun, you will be fine. I have used pearlised card, you see. Let's just get rid of that one because it's got a nasty hump on there. I have used pearlised card, you see, so it might not dry. Don't put your fingers in it though, will you? Make sure you blast it off with a heat gun. Like so. So we have some beautiful plain and simple cards on there. And it is a great way to get your sentiments out. You could stamp, make sure you dry it off, or you could use your fabulous sentiment dies and embellish them across the top of a card. I'm not going to pick them up though because I need to trim and I need to add a lovely sentiment, but here is the third card too. I'm going to lay them flat on here so everything doesn't drop off. I'm going to give it the opportunity to dry on there. So I hope you like those three cards, two very simplistic ones for anybody who is also, I think the lady's name was Angela, who also wants to know some simplistic cards, and then the other one for your watercolor techniques where you can try something a little bit different. I hope you like the cards. You know, it's just a little bit of inspiration for you. We all inspire each other, that's what we're here for. So don't forget, tomorrow I am with you at 3 o'clock again for some more inspiration, and I will pop a picture of the stamps that are going to be on Craft Academy for the next 12 weeks for you, for anybody who is still interested. If you are interested in joining week 1, just go to FBL and pop it in the search engine and the stamp will come up straight away for you. So thank you so much guys for tuning in every single day. I love it that you come. I hope I've inspired you a little bit. You guys inspire me. It's not all about me. The inspiration comes from everybody, and thank you to all the inspiration over on our Eureka fan page. Take care, have a lovely evening. See you later. Bye.